I guess the station I hear.
I don't hear anything, but we are live.
Happy Friday.
Whee!
Put Dick in here. There's Dick.
Work week goes fast till you get to the end. And it's like,
Clay is with us bright and early.
I don't hear the station anymore.
I don't hear anything, Brian.
Of life today, go to painfreelifecenters.com or call 248-879-1100. We're so confident in what we do, we're going to give you a free consultation and a free treatment.
Call 248-879-1100 or visit painfreelifecenters.com. That's 248-879-1100.
I'm Dick Hafner, WJR News.
Now, here's
W. Smith.
Double.
The Paul W. Smith Show, News Talk 760, WJR.
Postcast. It's Friday!
Yay!
Oh, you can say that again.
Yay!
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Friday, July 24th, the 206th day of 2020. There are 160 days left in the year. Make each and every day count. Each day is a gift. And that is the truth. The team is here on this Friday morning, waking up with you and happy to be here. Dick Hafner just finished all the news fit to print, or at least fit to broadcast. News presented actually as the news is to be presented. Not as opinion, but as the news. He's here with us. He can give his opinion here, and we appreciate that. But it's out of the realm of the actual, obvious, formal newscast. Dana Clark is here to give us nothing but opinion. Oh, no, there are some facts involved in there with the traffic and the weather. Appreciate that, Dana.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Brian Morton is back in the studios, the only one of us that's there in the Golden Tower of the Fisher Building, where our signal continues to emanate from. And then, of course, our executive producer, Ann Thomas.
Good morning, Deb. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Baseball is underway, and they're, as the headline says in the Detroit News, they're grateful just to be playing today. And we'll be speaking to Ron Gardenhire at the end of the program just to see how they feel. I don't know. He seems excited about this Tiger team.
He does.
And that's good news.
It's a great news. I'm going to watch the game just to feel normal. Yes.
Yeah. We watched a little bit of it last night. It looked so weird. And poor little Dr. Fauci. He was nowhere near.
Wow. I knew he was leaning left, but that was ridiculous.
Oh my gosh, that was the worst. And I said to Trevor, is it really that hard? He's like,
it is hard.
But he said, you could have did better. I thought he practiced.
Yeah, you would think you'd throw a few pitches. Even the president was on the front lawn of the White House yesterday, because he's going to throw out the ball for the Yankees.
Right.
It was not good. It was not good at all. By the way, speaking of you and Trevor, nice post on Instagram. Very lovely.
From
very
James
lovely.
Honeycutt.
Where'd you get the caricatures done?
James Honeycutt. He's an artist. He draws amazing caricatures. Is that how you say it? He does all the different celebrities. I feel like I've arrived. I finally have a funny photo of myself, and he just surprised me and sent it to me. And then he said, can I do one for Trevor? I'm like, of course. So I went out and got a little frame today. So I'll be hanging them in the office. And I just think it's so very cool of him to do that.
Lovely. They look
job.
good.
Yeah, excellent.
The Instagram account, you can see what we're talking about. What we're talking about right now is taking care of business at 542 on WJR.
This report is sponsored by the podcast Forgotten Women of Juarez. The new podcast Forgotten Women of Juarez investigates a series of murders that have haunted the U.S.-Mexico border for almost 30 years. To find out more, listen to Forgotten Women of Juarez, wherever you get your podcasts.
These podcasts are getting weirder and weirder and weirder. What to do with navel fuzz? Be sure to tune in. All about navel fuzz. Also, don't miss the Time Channel. All the time, all the time. It is 5:43. We have our WJR traffic and weather. Miss Dana.
Traffic first sponsored by Parkway Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Attention new car buyers. Parkway Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is offering exclusive lease savings on its entire inventory of new Jeep Compasses, Cherokees, and Grand Cherokees during the Jeep Summer Clearance event. Parkway Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Hall Road in Clinton Township. Just show up, sign up, and ride. We do have an accident to kick off the Friday morning commute 94 westbound after Wayne Road. It is blocking the left shoulder. Now, WJR weather first from the Weather Channel, sponsored by the Cremation Society of Michigan. For over 32 years, the Cremation Society of Michigan has been providing dignified cremation services without the cost of traditional funerals. For cremation information, contact the Cremation Society of Michigan at 1-800-241-3131 or visit cremationmichigan.com.
Mostly sunny and seasonably warm today, heating up for the weekend. 84 this afternoon, clear overnight, mid-60s. Sunny tomorrow, warmer upper 80s into the low 90s with sunshine Sunday. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ken Boone on News Talk 760 WJR.
And at 5:44 on this Friday morning, Rush Limbaugh with us Monday through Friday from noon till 3, and he stops by first thing in the morning with us. In fact, right here, right now, Rush.
And as a result of the unanimous vote, Jefferson Elementary will get its name changed. Thomas Jefferson is out of there. And a school named for George Washington, Washington Elementary, will also get its name changed. And never mind that George Washington was the father of our country who led America through a Revolutionary War that changed the world for the cause of liberty and freedom. Never mind that Washington did what few would do. He gave up power. They wanted to make him king. He said no. Never mind that Thomas Jefferson's role in writing the Declaration of Independence, his service as our first Secretary of State, or his own historic presidency. Both these guys were slaveholders, and that is enough reason to stamp out their names. Our history means nothing to leftists. The only thing that matters to them is erasing it. They don't know that they really can't.
Rush Limbaugh, noon to 3 today, right here on WJR. Well, it'll be interesting to see the federal help coming to Michigan. It's been a little confusing. They don't feel they knew. I don't believe Detroit needs federal, quote unquote, troops, because we haven't had the problems in Detroit that have happened in Portland every night or other places. But there is other federal help and federal officials that are headed our way that are being welcomed by the mayor and the police chief. We'll talk to the police chief a little later, this morning to kind of get that clarified. You know, you guys know what I'm talking about?
I do.
It's a little confusing.
Yes, I do. The chief said yesterday that they're coming to help with the violence, nothing to do with the protests. So they're coming for a totally different reason. And I don't think he didn't sound to me like he was against that. It sounded to me like he thought
part of it he's all for.
Right.
Part of it he admits he needs the help. And
Right.
let's face it, our police, as much as they are not ours, but overall despised, need to be defunded, all of that. All of the police around the country, but let's only worry about Detroit right now, are overworked.
Oh, yeah.
They have a protest every night. They, for weeks and weeks and weeks, have had to get people out there, officers, protecting everyone else and the property and people. And so they're exhausted. It's been crazy. So people have to understand and realize this is expensive, and it costs a lot physically, mentally, and financially for what's going on. These nightly protests are not without major cost, is I guess the point. And by the way, those of us who are not out protesting, but are working, are continuing to pay for all of this.
And the chief's not even complaining about the protests. He's just stating the facts that it takes a lot out of the police department while they also have to try to fight crime on the streets.
They got their
So,
regular stuff going on, and
they got
their
a lot
regular
going on.
stuff has gotten really bad. How many people did we have shot this past weekend? It's not nearly as bad as Chicago, but even half as bad as Chicago is really bad.
Exactly. Right. And we're a smaller city than Chicago. So
Right.
Statistically, it's not good. So
Yep.
it'll be interesting to see
friends-
what he says, Deb.
Our friends are here. What's the no plans to? Oh, I see. Paul Scott saying, well,
You're hearing the Paul W. Smith Show. News Talk 760 WJR.
as we continue on this Friday morning.
Yay!
Thank you. Thank you very much. Some people are questioning whether Michigan's daily coronavirus COVID-19 numbers are accurate. Don't even think about it, folks. There's no way that these numbers are accurate anywhere. It's impossible. I saw a doctor explain, we talked about the motorcyclist killed, and that came up as a COVID death. But now they even say that if a person has cancer, goes into the hospital with cancer, and dies within 30 days, it's considered COVID related. I swear I heard that. I don't know if that person talking on the news made any sense, because nobody in the network news and other places vet anybody anymore. If they find a warm body, they interview them and they become an expert because they're on television. But I actually heard them say if they're in there 30 days and they die, even though they had cancer, they consider it a COVID death. So those numbers are out. Forget about it. Once there was a bounty put on them and money attached, you weren't going to get the right numbers. But our numbers so far, supposedly the coronavirus cases up to 75,947, and the death toll at 6,148 of our friends, family, neighbors, and colleagues. And we had another shooting last night where somebody foolishly had a gun out and apparently pointed at police. That's really the best way to make sure that you're shot. If you pull a gun while you're around police, not a wise move. Hands up, maybe on the top of your head or someplace. That's a good place to be when you're surrounded by police officers with guns. Anyway, so we talked about the president saying he plans to send federal agents into Detroit, different, I guess, from the federal troops coming into Detroit, I guess. I mean, we have federal agents in Detroit all the time, don't we, Dick? I mean, that's not unusual.
Sure.
That's not unusual.
Right. And these federal officers, like ICE officers, Customs and Enforcement, are permanently stationed in Detroit.
Right.
And other cities.
And that's not unusual, but in these unusual times, people, again, are using that as another reason to protest. I'm just, it makes me nervous going into any major city in this country now after dark. Anybody else?
I haven't been anywhere, so.
I would go to Detroit after
Paul
dark.
W., I think you've been in Detroit after dark many, many times, haven't you?
Right, I would. I'm
I'm
not nervous
talking
about that.
I'm talking about right now when you don't know when I don't keep track of the schedules for protests.
Right.
I just don't. I just don't. I'm sorry. It's not how I live, but I don't feel comfortable. I suppose I should say family members, because I'm not going anywhere anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But I do have family members out and about, and they throw their masks on and they go. And I'm talking as a father right now. It makes me a little nervous, but be that as it may. I had this story and I never brought it up because I wondered why I hadn't been hearing about it. Finally, we've heard about it. The 13 nuns at the Livonia convent who all died from COVID-19.
Right. Yes. That is a tragedy, isn't it? I was taught by the Felicians when I was younger.
Were you really?
Of course you were.
Of course I was. Yes. And I actually know someone who is related to one of those nuns that passed away.
It's a shame.
And they are saying that it's a good example of how coronavirus spreads in close quarters when people are all living together.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just a tragedy.
Yeah, very similar to a nursing home.
Yes, it is.
You know, it's kind of like the same thing. And by the way, I know that it's been popular to attack Governor Whitmer on the nursing home situation, but if you look into this at all, that situation with nursing homes was duplicated around the country, because initially the CDC was saying to do exactly what Michigan did and what other states did with the elderly. In a sense, frankly, I've seen many stories now that talk about how the elderly were sacrificed to save the rest of the population in regular hospitals. It's a pretty interesting story, but it isn't just her story. So I hate to take that away as one of the reasons to be mad at her, because, look, I don't agree with a lot of stuff that she says and does, but we got to stay kind of straight on this stuff. At least that's what I think. Tom Ridge, who was with us on the air, the first Homeland Security Secretary, has spoken out. And the headline is a little bit different. It says he'd likely resign before letting federal agents into American cities. That's a headline writer's mistake. Federal agents are in all of our cities now, as we just discussed. I think he's talking about federal troops. That's my guess.
That sounds right. Definitely.
I mean, we could call him, but I'm not going to call him at this hour just to get that corrected. I see, I think, Annie, you sent this to me, that the very colorful Allie Willis, remember a very colorful woman that was on with us when we were broadcasting from Cass Tech
yes.
for the homecoming?
Yes, you're right.
And she was going to be coming in and speaking at homecoming, and she came and was on our show, and she's extremely colorful. And our old dear departed friend Stephen Luigi Piazza was a good friend of hers, and she was very big in music, and she died not that long ago, rather suddenly, I think, of a heart attack.
Yes, you're right, Bob. Yes.
So the folks at the Detroit Historical Museum are actually putting a display that is it open now? It's going to be on through, let's see, the new tribute is now open in the Motor City Music Exhibition at the Detroit Historical Museum, and expected to be on display through the summer of 2021. They're open. Well, the Detroit Historical Museum has kind of limited hours, Thursday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., Sunday, 1 to 5.
She was an amazing songwriter.
Yes.
I mean, she wrote
she had tremendous.
Mm-hmm. A lot of songs she wrote for Earth, Wind, and
Fire.
Fire.
One of our own, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, she had a hand in a lot of people's musical success. She wrote a lot of big songs that we all know and have known over the years.
Yeah, she was
Tony Michaels,
lady, yes.
Tony Michaels joins us. The Mr. Parade Company joins us a little later today with the big announcement he made last night. A brand new sponsor for America's Thanksgiving Parade, now to be brought to you by Gardner White.
Oh,
interestingly enough, another furniture company stepping in to pick up where the demise of the Art Van franchise and the stores has happened. It is 5:57 at WJR.
This report is sponsored by the podcast Forgotten Women of Juarez. The new podcast Forgotten Women of Juarez investigates a series of murders that have haunted the U.S.-Mexico border for almost 30 years. To find out more, listen to Forgotten Women of Juarez wherever you get your podcasts.
we're going to start one, Paul W.
People with bigger toes than their little toes. Coming up next on our podcast.
That's right. We're having one.
our WJR traffic and weather first, Miss Dana Clark.
Traffic first, sponsored by Operating Engineers 324. Operating Engineers 324 run the heavy equipment that's building Michigan's roads. Remember to slow down, pay attention in work zones for the workers' safety and yours. OE324, we build, we operate, we maintain. Visit OE324.org. Accident 94 westbound after Wayne Road, blocks at left shoulder. Now, WJR weather first from the Weather Channel, sponsored by Gordon Chevrolet, where you pick out the vehicle you would love to drive and receive a worksheet with 18 different purchase and lease payments for you to choose from. You do this from the comfort of their outdoor showroom with covered patio seating. Gordon Chevrolet on Ford Road, just west of Merriman in Garden City. GordonChevrolet.com. Gordon Chevrolet, find new roads. Going to be a great day to kick off the weekend. Lots of sunshine, few clouds mixed in, but we look dry. A high of 84 tonight. Clear skies, your low 65. Things start to really heat up over the weekend, up to 87 on Saturday, sun and some clouds, and then even warmer on Sunday, partly cloudy. Remaining dry, humidity, nice and comfortable, a high of 92. So we are at clear skies, 63 degrees. I'm Dana Clark, WJR News with Dick Hafner in about 2 minutes.
Well, let's see here. We got a nice group of folks watching us behind the scenes on StreamYard. Clay, of course, is back. Clay Jerky. He has several comments in a row lately. 5 to 9 show soon. It works. Hey, Clay, keep that to yourself. Let's see. Hi, Clay and Dana, Dick, Brian, Ron Becker. Good morning, team. It's Friday. Mike Richardson. Friday. Good morning. Patrick Mendez. Yay. And Pisker Albertson. Mike Zolkowski. Margaret, Letic, Claude. We had a lot of new names and some of the same names joining us every morning at this hour on our social media podcast, along with our regular broadcast on 760. Here's what I started to read from Paul Scott. Pro sports, leftists, NBA, and BLM logos, National Felon League. And BLM patches and MLB kneeling. My summer and fall sports regiment is shot. No plans to watch anything with BLM support. All right, to Mr. Scott. Let's see. NASCAR is okay. What a fiasco. Happy Friday. There it is. Friday. Yeah, there's a whole conversation going on here. Good morning to you, Kathy McPherson, Trish Bayer Hartwick, Daryl Wolski. It's just a nice group of folks watching as well as listening, and we appreciate that.
I'm looking forward to hearing from the mental health expert. Dana, we have a mental health expert coming on at 6:48.
Okay.
Talk about something that people have been doing during the pandemic. It's gotten worse, and it's called doom scrolling.
I've never heard that. Never heard the expression.
It's a new thing. So people have more time, of course, and they're going online and they're Googling or they're, doing all kinds of different searching and all kinds of, tough, depressing stories are popping up and they're getting addicted to it. And they keep seeing
everybody's
I could see that.
Everybody's doom scrolling.
And Paul created a song for it.
Oh, I see.
It's in beautifully. Doom scrolling. Oh, yeah.
Doom scrolling or doom surfing.
It occurred to me that when you put that in there, and it occurred to me that in a sense we're getting somebody on who's telling them to stop listening to the radio and watching television, and this is what we do.
Actually, no, they're telling them
it's doom scrolling. If you watch and listen to any of the news now, which a lot of people have told me they're not, and good for them, there are a lot of people who now go out of their way not to watch the news.
Actually, the doom scrolling is more related to social media. And so people do that. They get online and they just keep looking at depressing, sad stories and they get addicted to it. And so that's what this is about. We don't want to discourage anybody from listening to the radio or watching TV.
Oh, because we try to have relentless positive radio.
Try.
Not
Yeah.
that it's always easy, but we do try. We do get some of the positive stuff in there, along with the regular news, which can be very depressing. I know that because I'm exposed to it more than the average person, as are all of us. We watch all the news, we read all the papers, we do all that, and at the end of the day, sometimes you don't want to get out of bed.
Well, that's part of it too, right? I mean, you have to try to think to yourself, you have to separate it. You know, you can't watch it 24/7 or read it 24/7, I guess, or you're going to get really down.
Yep. I can attest to that. That is the truth. So the president made his announcement yesterday that the Republican National Convention, or at least the Florida part of it, the Jacksonville, Florida part of the Republican Convention, canceled.
So where will it be then?
At a Trump hotel somewhere. No, I don't know. I don't know.
He made the right decision.
Yeah, he did. He made the right decision.
That was the right decision, and he had another successful briefing. He stuck to the script, and it was very good. As long as he sticks to the script and reads what people have written it, you know.
It does. He does better when he does that, because when he gets off on a tangent, he starts to kind of roll with that, and that's sometimes when he gets that foot very close to his mouth.
It's going to be interesting to watch how these conventions unfold. I mean, what are they going to be able to do? Because usually I love watching the conventions because it's just fascinating, and all those people.
In the old days, they were very exciting, and it was much must-see TV.
Absolutely.
I don't know about now.
But now, what are they going to do? Are they going to do it all virtually?
I don't know.
It might. Yeah.
Not going to be the same without Sam Donaldson out there in the midst of all those people. Wig askew.
Wig askew.
I don't know if he had a
That's our new podcast. Wig askew.
Wig askew. When the person you're talking with clearly has a wig and everyone knows and they think we don't.
Exactly.
Join our podcast, Hairless in Seattle. I don't know. I tried to call Sam Donaldson.
Oh, you did?
In my efforts to, when I say to myself, boy, I haven't talked to so-and-so, and then I don't call them and then they die. Yeah. So I now try to call these people, but I didn't get through to them. Oh, you know who I did call and did get a call back?
Who?
Regis Philbin.
No way. That's nice. How is he?
I don't know, because as his secretary or assistant or whatever we call people who now work for people, I guess we don't say secretary, we might say administrative assistant or executive vice president of returning calls. I don't know what we call them. But Mr. Philbin has received your request, and he wanted to say hi and let you know that he's not doing any interviews right now. Well, that's fascinating, because I actually didn't ask him to do an interview.
Right.
I just called to see how he was doing.
And not good.
That's pretty much the message. I said, hi, it's Paul W. Smith. You're a radio friend from Detroit. We haven't talked in a while. You went to Notre Dame. I went to Michigan. We've had you on with a football rivalry and other things. And that's the message. And that's the message I got.
The Paul W. Smith Show, News Talk 760, WJR.
It's Friday!
Yay!
Oh, you can say that again.
Yay!
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. It's Friday, July 24th, the 206th day of 2020. There are 160 days left in the year. Make each and every day count. Each day is a gift. And I know the team feels that way as well. At 6:07 on this Friday morning, Dick Hafner, thank you for the news as it was meant to be presented. If you look up the word news in the dictionary, Dick Hafner's picture is actually there. Matter of fact, don't do it right now. Just take my word for it. Of course, we're checking traffic and weather. Dana Clark is checking in with us along the way. We appreciate that, Dana, very much.
Happy Friday, people.
Happy Friday to you. It's we got through Thursday, which was Friday's Eve, to actually be on Friday, but I don't want to call it Saturday's Eve because then before you know it, the weekend's over. So it's Friday. So we also have Brian Morton in the control booth, as it's officially called, there in the Golden Tower of the Fisher Building. Kim appears to be still toes up, which is a good thing. Whenever I can get up and not wake her up, that's good. Usually she's up before me anyway. And then our executive producer, who never sleeps, Ann Thomas.
Good morning, Deb. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday to you. Well, what's on your mind? What's going on here?
Well, what are you going to do for the weekend? What are the weekend plans?
Well, I can't decide whether to go to the living room or the family.
Right. It's a toss-up, right?
I might surprise myself and go to the kitchen. But we spent a lot of time in the backyard, and thank goodness for Joe Backer Landscaping, and Keith Anderson, the Anderson Pools, the guys that did all the work for a long time in the backyard, turned our backyard into a Shangri-La.
Oh.
So it's for once, the timing on everything worked out right. If you're going to be stuck at home, this is not a bad place to be after a lot of work, a lot of effort.
Well, we need a photo. Grill? Oh, your new grill, Dick said. How's your new grill?
Yes, the grill. You heard me mention it again with Marty Hornacek. I got it from Northwoods. Yeah. It's the Weber grill. I'd gone on this. If you followed my grill buying, it went like this, and then all of a sudden grills went like this. I mean, they got very expensive, and I fell for some of those. And then I realized, a grill is a grill. It's a grill. You need something that gives you fire. And one of the old standards and standbys, and extremely well priced compared to all those highfalutin grills, is the Weber. Back to the Weber, and it's still a gas grill, and we have the gas hooked up to the house rather than the little cans and stuff, which inevitably you run out of gas just as you're halfway through.
Yes.
You run to the gas station. You run to the gas station. I need gas quick before the food cools off. So I got tired of doing that. So it's the Weber grill is fabulous. Like Weber grills always were. Thank you for asking, Dick. Not many people ask me about my grill.
And you're a griller.
Yeah, I've got a couple of Weber grills. I think they're really designed well.
Oh, okay.
You've had a couple, or you have a couple? I'm always impressed with people with more than one grill.
I've got 2 or 3 Weber grills. Yeah.
Still working, still being used. Oh, the queen is up.
I've got a brand new one, 2 gas ones, and 1 charcoal.
Oh, really? Wow. It's happening at the Hafner home.
You must be a big griller.
I am not worthy. I grill, but not like that. Wow. I think I'll use charcoal today.
Right.
That's fabulous. Good for you. The only other person I know with several grills is Luciano from what's his new place called?
Well, Baco's one of them.
Baco, and then the new place in Birmingham that's lovely. He's kind of evolved it into a bistro.
Yes.
I can't think of the name of it, but anyway, Luciano. And when I say Luciano, the last name I think of is Pavarotti, but that's not right. Anyway, Luciano has a bunch of different grills, and this is a big one, and I can't do this because then I would eat this all the time, and that's all I would eat. People who have pizza ovens out in the backyard.
I know.
I am so envious.
Me too.
I am so envious.
Me too.
Oh, man.
But in the same way, I don't have a man cave because I'd never be seen again.
Give me any new ideas.
A pizza oven. Dick, I'm talking about that's really happening. A pizza oven.
It is.
Oh, boy.
Very cool. And Luciano also had this kind of oven that had like a dome head on it, dome.
I've seen
and
those.
You lay stuff over on the dome. I was like, man, this is like overwhelming. I'm having trouble just Pernod. Kim just told me the name of that other restaurant, Pernod. What were you saying, Dick? You grill everything?
An egg grill.
Egg grill.
Oh, the egg. I think Frank has one of those.
Oh, yeah.
The green egg. I don't have one of those, but I fought myself not to get it because.
What do you cook in the green egg? Everything, or
green eggs and ham?
Everything.
Next question. I gotta have a press conference. Yes, over in the back there. Yeah, I don't. It's supposed to be kind of like. I think of it as like and you tell me, Dick, because you know these things. It's like that's akin to a slow cooker, isn't it? Like a.
Oh yes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it
Yes,
kind of a slow.
You've got to be
cooker
a serious grill person to handle the egg grill correctly. I don't have one. I don't have the patience for.
Is it like a smoker? Like a smoker?
Kind of looks like a smoker to me.
Kind of like it. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if it does the same sort of stuff or if you can smoke with it or whatever. I'm always impressed with people that get the what's the wood, hickory wood or something, and they put it in there and they smoke things, and I think that's all great. I'm in and out with my grill. I'm at max capacity, max heat, and I'm in and I'm out.
Is this for you do steak, right? You're a big steak guy.
I do steak. I've been doing more fish lately, but if it's a fish, I don't flip at all. Big slab of salmon, I let it go skin side down, and I let it just go. And of course, there's on the sides, I have the heaters, the flames on as well that aren't right under the fish, so that there's a lot of heat going on in there. It's baking it as well as grilling it. And then for the steaks, don't keep flipping the steaks. When I go to someone's house and they have steaks on and they do this, and then they do it again, and then they flip it again, and then they flip it again, I go, oh, it's going to be absolutely, it's going to be the driest piece of meat ever. So don't flip your meat. Once is all you do. Words to live by. Don't flip your meat. 6:14 at WJR.
This report is sponsored by Everstream, the business-only fiber network.
At Everstream, the business-only fiber network, we believe business deserves better. Everstream's full-service approach to business connectivity delivers the speed and reliability that businesses demand. Everstream, faster fiber, better business.
And speaking of better, we've got it. Our WJR traffic and weather first, and Dana Clark.
Traffic first, also sponsored by Restore Wellness Center. Are you experiencing nagging body pain, tired of taking medication for relief, neck and back, arthritis, tendonitis, muscle soreness, and more? The Restore Wellness Center can help relieve or eliminate the pain completely and get you back to work. Reserve your appointment today. Call 800-935-5959 in Brighton, Shelby, and Bloomfield, or restorewellnesscenter.com. Earlier accident along 94 westbound after Wayne. That is clear, but now eastbound 94 at Van Dyke. Accident blocks at right shoulder. Then we have a closure in Monroe, 75 northbound between Netto Road and 275, closed due to a crash there. Traffic is stopped from Dixie Highway. You can take Telegraph instead. Now, WJR Weather first from the Weather Channel, sponsored by the Carpenters Labor Management Partnership Team. Make a career change today. Join the skilled trades. The Carpenters LMPT contractors are looking for professional, hardworking individuals that want to build a career with great pay, full retirement, and family health care. Text JOB to 855-424-2562. That's JOB to 855-424-2562.
Seasonably warm for us here again today, then heating up over the weekend. Mostly sunny out there today. 84 this afternoon, mid-60s tonight. Mix of clouds and sun and upper 80s Saturday, low 90s Sunday. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ken Boone on News Talk 760 WJR.
Here's your chance to talk to the doctor. Tune in tonight at 7:05 p.m.